Dang on, rose in between two thorns here, ain't it?
Oh, God.
Alright guys, today's going to be another, I don't know, I guess another set of farm stories. I thought today we'd talk about our each of our most embarrassing moments of the past year, and some of them might be a few years old, but George, you want to start first?
I never have.
Oh yeah, no one's ever done anything embarrassing but me around here.
Brian's the only one that does anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when he ain't doing nothing.
Like,
Yeah.
Hit the wrong button to the door, open that door up there this fall. Grain bins, a front porch.
That's my story. Now you tell yours.
We don't have any because you got them all.
All right,
You're the one. We don't embarrass ourselves.
Okay, well I guess I'll start first then, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, first one that comes to mind, I was talking to George about this a couple of days ago. And this happened 2 years ago. This wasn't last year. But it's over at the grain bins. We've been running corn all day. And I've been dumping trucks. Well, then that evening, my combine was sitting there at the grain bins, and I went ahead and hopped in it and was going to run a load of beans, and they brought me a truck. So the first bin hopper load, I go over and dump the truck. I look down, and we're just dumping beans everywhere. So I get on the phone, I'm like, Dad, tell George or Bill, one of them guys, they didn't close hopper doors in that truck. There's beans everywhere. And I was kind of angry, a little upset. It was about to rain or something like that. It was getting dark. Well, pretty soon George calls me and goes, hey, we got to talking. You're the only ones that dump trucks today.
Yeah.
So, whoops. Yeah. And then this year, of course, if you've seen episode 4, you've seen me get the remotes mixed up on the hopper bottoms and dump the truck that was pulling into the lot rather than the one that was on the dump. That was a pretty good one. That was embarrassing. And then there was one day that I thought the leg belts burned off of the leg, and realized I just forgot to turn the leg on and dump the truck right into the hole. That was an embarrassing one.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah, what else? I thought I did. Oh, I hit the door with the semi. Hit the door with the top of the semi. I didn't get it up all the way. Those are about the 3 most embarrassing ones I've got recently. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, come on now. We were just talking about this. You want me to tell them? You're going to want to tell them your side of it, I guarantee it.
Well, I'll just tell them the way it was after you messed it up.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us what happened.
Well, I got my damn hurry, raised the dump trailer up. This has been a long time ago. We was down Caldwell's one night dumping.
I don't think I've heard this one.
You know, I told you about it the other day, but needless to say, it come over the tailgate.
So you raised the dump trailer up too quick before you're dumping out of the coal chute, I guess.
Yep.
Louisville?
No, it was dump trailer.
Oh, dump trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
How big a mess was that?
I was working my ass off trying to get it done before he come over there, because I know he's on his way over.
See, that's one thing Dad don't realize how many scripts George has had, because he'll clean it up and try to get rid of all the evidence before anybody sees it.
Then I pulled in over to harnesses and pulled a bob.
What's that?
Dumped corn on the tarp.
Oh, you did do that this year.
It was just a little bit of beans. As soon as I pulled the lever down,
Okay, we'll get to that.
We'll
We'll get to that later. George is talking.
And tore the wire down over there, or stretched it real good.
No, you can't just gloss over that one now. What happened there?
Well, I didn't put the auger down on the grain cart. Went forward a little bit, and then I hit the freaking fuel on the tractor instead of the brake, and needless to say, it went a little further than I wanted it to.
Which tractor did you have to do with?
No, I think I had yours. I
That was
think.
back in October, though.
I think I was mashing the brake and the pedal off at the same time. When I brought my foot over, I didn't bring it over far enough. But anyway, if I'd hit the right pedal, I wouldn't have had no trouble.
What else you have?
Well, I dumped you left another door open this year when we was doing beans down there.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Another embarrassing. That's 5 for me. 4 for me this year.
Who cleaned it up?
The guy with the broke down combine.
That was the rock that got in the draper and stuff.
Yeah, that you talk about an embarrassing moment. That was a $650 rock. I don't want to hear your crap.
Hey, if you're doing anything, something's got to happen.
What about the door?
On the bench, at the bench?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit the door with the stack one day.
No, I ain't talking about that one. I'm talking about this year. You hit a door, like the man door with the side of the trailer, busted a curb.
That don't count
Well, why don't it count?
because I didn't leave the door open.
But you hit it.
Yeah, I did. I tore the damn light off.
It's still glued together. If you watch, I think it's one of the early rain day videos. We glued it back together. I was up on top of the grain bins, and I hear. It's like, oh God, he is angry.
Then I remember a year or two ago, a couple years maybe, that he come back from the elevator and the side of the truck had scrape on the front bumper and the mirror was kind of.
Well, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I still get PO'd over that one.
Yeah, what happened there? You backed it. You pulled in the wrong dump.
No, I didn't pull in the wrong dump. Ron didn't want me to go to the other dump. And there was a truck coming off the scale, so I was hurrying, knowing I was close to them bins, and I tore the shit out of the mirror and scraped the bumper on the truck. It's a good thing I didn't do a whole lot more.
But, true to form, you had her fixed before you got back to the... You had black duct tape on it. It's still holding together, ain't it?
Well, yeah, I think me and Bob take it back together, put the back on the mirror and stuff.
That's been probably 5 or 6 years ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else you've done too embarrassing this year. I think you're only at 2 or 3. No. That one day here, it was like one of the last weeks of harvest, sitting there dumping the truck. I think we just pulled up to the next hopper or something, crank it open, and you kind of look at me and study something for a minute. I see you walk over and just turn the leg off for some reason.
I had a dumb butt attack on that one. I don't know what the...
Luckily, it didn't make a mess or anything. It just a little bit bubbled out of the top of it, not much. Caught it pretty quick.
Caught it back. I got it back on before it really screwed up. I don't know where I went on that one.
Mental brain fart.
A big one.
Yep. All right, Dad. Let's get the notebook out and get your list.
I don't have screw ups.
I
guess maybe I did get a door this year, backed out. Forgot to open
Back
the
the
door.
grain cart is
Forgot to open the door. I was working, putting lights on. What was it doing to it?
You were trying
to get the wire hooked up.
Yes, whenever the hitch broke.
Yeah, I opened one door, let a little light in. I thought, man, going so open the front doors, let them side doors, and it still wasn't enough. So, well, I'll back it out. Got it backed up, and just as I hit the reverse, I heard something. Gee, Merry Christmas. Telemarketer. Anyway,
I think you should answer the phone now.
No.
yeah, telemarketer, yeah.
Anyways,
hit the door, stopped, but we got her fixed before anybody seen it.
I think that was the same day you hit that door, the man door. We were hauling corner beans or something over there.
It might have been.
Well, it was pretty eventful there for a while. The grain cart tore it up there.
Yeah, that wasn't embarrassing on any of our parts. It was just.
But I never had any embarrassing things. I never did anything. Oh, years ago, the old John Deere's had them. The first ones, you could shut the auger off. When you swung it back, it wouldn't shut off. But now they shut off automatic. But I remember combine down in the whole field down over there and made a whole round around there. The auger was on.
Did you know that?
On the inroads, that was when we first got started over there. That'd been 91 or so. First John Deere had. And then after that, I know another guy up the road did that.
I knew the guy up the road. I never knew the story about you.
He went clear through the field until he turned around and he don't know it. Can't see it. Don't think about it, I guess.
Big line,
I know the neighbor, Daddy done that one evening down there.
Yeah, I remember the neighbor left beans in his combine one night. And it rained. An old 6600. He had to bucket them babies out till they swelled up, locked her up.
He come across that hill that night and boy, out through that field he went chasing his dad in that combine.
Oh, come on, you got more than one this year.
Yeah, I do?
You do.
What else did I do that was embarrassing? It didn't embarrass me.
All right, now the dogs are in the video. Hans, what was your most embarrassing moment? Well, you had the rock get in the head, and you called the guy out.
Well,
I thought you'd burn up a motor in the head and only to find out it was just a little pebble.
And the guy come out so quick. That was how quick they come out before I got a chance to look at it that morning. I could have found it. Because I found it when he got there. But anyway, they did some other work. But it's happened twice this year.
Let's see here, what else did you have? I know something's happened.
Oh, years ago, it wasn't. A lot of things ain't so embarrassing. You just get mad at yourself for doing it. I know.
That's kind of what we're talking about.
I was cleaning the John Deere. Had them steps on the side of the cab. You can get up there and clean the windows off. So we finished up one night, and I thought I'd clean the head off over there and clean the window off. I stepped for the step, and boy, it wasn't there. And man, I come down and hit the side of the drive shaft on the combine, the stub shaft. And my knee there, and put a big V in it, and had to get stitched up.
I remember that.
That was just, you've been little, didn't you?
I remember riding in the car with you telling us to turn the air conditioner off, and Mom had a heater on. You were bleeding pretty good on that one. That was the last day we've had a reportable incident at Brown Farms.
Last day reportable.
Well, you always see them signed so many days, and that was probably 2002.
We're racking up some days, ain't we,
Well,
baby?
Yeah, it's been a good while. Does the captain hit my thumb? Does that count?
Well, you caught on fire that time too.
Well, that wasn't combine. That was just working out in the shop. Built a truck bed.
Yeah, that truck bed on Dad's truck. If you don't know, he built that bed, and I was messing around with something in the shop, and he was over there cutting a hole for the gooseneck plate. Right?
I was in the front, in the bed, in between the sills, cutting it out for the gooseneck torch. All of a sudden, I felt something kind of hot. Looked down, my pants leg was on fire, and I hollered, "Brian, bring me some water!"
Oh, I hear, Brian, help me bring water. There's no running water.
He brings a little bottle, half a bottle of water.
There's no running water at the shop. What was I supposed to do?
There was that thing out there. But anyway, I had gloves on, got pads out. Boy, that hurts.
A good burn.
Well, I remember the old
Well, the flat got down on like your boot there.
No, it just, top there, and man, it burns. That hurts. But I remember back when we was down in Richmonddale farm in the Caldwells, had the old gleaner. That's when we first farmed down there, the old N5. We was combine there at night, evening, and it was like a mile down the bottoms there. We was way down there, and we was combine, and I think both of us, my brother was there too with his little combine. I come over to the dump, and man, I smelled something, sounded like bean dust burning, so I got out and looked, and up on the motor there, it was kind of smoldering. Well, the landlord just happened to come down there and in the pickup, and oh, bless his soul, he thought, "I'll go get you some water." Boy, he was all excited, and we was just trying up there to brush it off, trying to. It was just smoldering. And boy, he goes clear up to the house, which is about a mile or something, and he had to go across Route 35 then. Comes back with a 2-gallon sprinkler can for about a third full of water, because it all sloshed out in the bed. Well, we'd already got it out by then. Oh God, he comes down and it was all in the truck bed. He was all excited. But then I remember down there, had the spray coop, and it's river bottoms, and there's sloughs, and it was, beans were up, I was spraying them probably with Fusilade back then, Johnson grass, late. And
So this would be late 80s or early 90s?
Late 90s, mid 90s, late 90s.
Well, you had that John Deere sprayer.
Yeah, we bought spray coop in 70 or 96 or so, probably.
Okay.
But anyway, it was down there, and sprayed around the field. In the back there was a little slough there, and I never realized, but the river was up, and we had some rain, and there was water in it. Well, boy, I just floored it and started out of the slough and just almost got out, and down it went stuck. And so no pickup or not clear, but pickup was clear up the upper end, which is about a mile. So I walked through the bean field, clear back through the field, and up to get my pickup, and I go up to get old Howard to see if he brings his little tractor down and pull me out. So he brought the tractor down, go through the beans, pull me out. So he goes on back to the house, and I go over and make another round. I stay way back away, and I'll be son of a gun, there's more water. Got stuck again. So I had to walk out again. That was before cell phones then. They didn't have a radio in it. Of course, radios, we had FM business band radios in the pickup, but I didn't have one in that coupe. Of course, I had to walk out again. Howard had to come down, water more beans down.
You got anything else?
Oh, I had to think a while. I don't know.
Well, now that you mentioned the sprayer, that brings up a one I can remember. You were there for this one.
Over here.
Yeah, Dad calls me, and I can't remember if he called me or you called me, but he was coming over from one of the farms. He was on a narrow township road, and it was in the sprayer we got now, I think, the Miller. And it had rained a bunch or something, and you got over for a car, didn't you?
Car was coming up the road, so I pulled in a driveway, the farm driveway, across to the left. Well, he went by, so I backed back out. The road's narrow. Well, I got the back wheel just over the ditch a little bit, and there it kind of set, it was teetering. Well, the front end wheel, left one was one that was going to pull because it was least resistant. It just sat there and spin. And the more I tried to play with it, the worse it got.
You almost flipped it, didn't you?
Finally, it got over to where it was.
The whole side was.
Yeah, both wheels was, the front wheel was just starting to go in it, and I don't know, got hold George. Was you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We tried to pull it out with my pickup.
Yeah, and it wouldn't pull it, so we went and got
Just
the
sit there.
305 Magnum.
Hell, we damn near, we almost didn't get it
Well,
over.
we hooked the pickup to the side to keep it from going over, and luckily it was empty, and the Magnum finally pulled it out, but it's all we had to do to pull it out.
Well, I think we had all 8 wheels digging into the.
Then last year, was it? Not this year, but last year, I was going up to Merriman's over there, and the road is near up the hill there, and we'd added on some dirt to make it wider so we'd get the wider equipment up there, and it was, I got over it and it slid a little bit, and I was about half full. And I thought sure it was going to go over that day. Then it took, we took 2 tractors pulled up out of there then. The backhoe and the Challenger, but we couldn't hardly get around it for the hill, but we finally got in front of it. And, boy, I thought sure it was going over that day. If it had been full, it probably went over that day.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been pretty. It had been a rough ride.
Especially for you.
Then years ago, my brother had a 4425 John Deere combine. And we was over at Kelmerger's down the bottoms. I'd quit and went on up the hill. We took our combines up every night on top of the hill there. And I went on up and he stayed down and got a bin full. Trucks were all loaded. And him and another fellow was with it, riding with him. And they come up out of the bottoms there and had to go across the old railroad. Well, it wasn't used much, but the railroad. Got across the railroad and started up the hill, and he got to the right a little bit too far, and boy, over it went on its side. And header was on a 13-foot header. The combine had like 50 hours on it, something like that. And over on the side, oh my! And he was lucky because another foot, and there was a tree stump sticking up about 4 or 5 feet, and we went right through the cab on him probably, but he was lucky. So we got, I think Gil came out of the record and pulled it over, and next day we found some parts, and radiator I think was the biggest thing, and they beat it out, and that night he had her running.
If we're going to start telling embarrassing John stories, there's a whole slew of them, ain't there?
He had a lot of.
Well, tell him about the time he drug the.
Yeah, back in the 80s, we had a 86 or 8430 articulated John Deere tractor. He did all the tillage work and I did all the planting. And I remember we was up Salt Creek, Benton County, which was about 10 miles from where we're at now, house. He was coming home one night with a tractor and a disc. I think it was that tractor. It might have been his old 41. But anyway, the disc was that because the disc was tall. Come around through the back side road there and got home and put the shed out there. And next morning I went out and my God, the shed's probably, 100 yards from the house?
Yeah.
Where we laid the trailer, maybe more. I got just up 50 feet out of the house and I, what's that? The telephone line. How far when it went out, he got hooked on the disc and tore the telephone line someplace. Drug it home. Then he tore the whole pole down on up the road there one year, up there along by the school. He tore a whole damn fence or the telephone pole down there on the line.
Well, what about I thought he disced up the whole road.
Well, he did disc up the whole road. Just a little bit up.
He just left tracks in it.
One of the cylinders was leaking down.
Was one of the cylinders leaking down, or?
Yeah, and he had to keep putting it back, and
It didn't have locks?
well, he didn't lock it. And he's coming home with it.
How long ago? Was this been early 80s? Or?
That had been in the 80s, yeah. and he cut. Luckily, his brother-in-law was on the sheriff's department. Kind of got him out of it because it tore the road up a little bit. It wasn't grooved
Did they
in the
just
middle of the
pave
road.
it or something like that?
I don't remember it.
I thought
I
they
don't
just
think
paved
I don't
it.
think
It
was.
just grooved a little bit. It wasn't bad, but
It probably would have cut it pretty bad. If
tough old disco. It did her disc.
Well, what,
They tore the fence down at the little white house right there by the tracks too that time, or tore the mailbox down or something.
Oh, we had a lot of mailboxes over the years.
well, I thought leaving Kellenberger's he did something, or Caldwell's he did something when I got on Vigo.
That's
I
when
thought-
I run the truck home on with the cheater flat.
Okay.
So when
Sparks flying everywhere or something.
I went down there, done send me home, and John come down there, and he got home. There wasn't too much left of the cheater.
Or the tire? Or you mean the axle even?
No, just a rim and tar.
Rim and tar.
gone.
The rim was going too?
It was just burgered up. The tar, flop, 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 flop.